Welcome to the Verkos show. Today's guest is all the way from America. He's a guy that had no direction, who was bullied most of his life, now created his own podcast and is living and leading by example through his entrepreneurship. Please welcome Scene from Pro Slacker. Hi, Scene.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
That's good. Good to see you had your morning coffee.
Yes, I am. I'll blow my own spot up. I was late for this. I am still drinking my coffee. I probably even still sound a little sleepy, but it's Sunday morning over here in the U.S., so it's Sunday evening just about over there for you. So cheers.
Cheers. Enjoy. Thank you for being with us today, even though we had that little bit of delay, but that's okay. It's all good.
Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. And thank you.
That's okay. Scene, tell me something. Number one, where did Pro Slackers come from? The name.
So Pro Slacker comes from it's growing, but originally I've always, everyone has like their activities they enjoy in life. Oh man, hanging out has really been one of my favorites. Like I played sports and everything as a kid, like with friends, not on teams and stuff as much, but like I was always active. But once especially it came to like working time, yeah, after work I just want to hang out. So I was like, I'm gonna make as much money as I can so I can buy like, all the comfortable stuff. So essentially all the working I was doing was just so I can slack as comfortably as possible. So professional slackers, that's how that came about.
I love it. Because you know what? Everything we do has got such meaning, and it's good for people to know where it's come from, which is great. And also, when you were younger too, you went through your trials and tribulations as well, just like we all have. But you were like bullied too when you were younger as well, and you had no direction in life. So, how was the bullying part? I can relate to the bullying part as well because I was bullied a bit too for being European in an Australian environment. So, I hear you with that one. But how was your situation growing up with the bullying?
So the biggest thing for me was like now you're not even allowed to make fun of people for being fat like you used to be able to. I was like an overweight kid. So and it was like pre childhood obesity epidemic. I was one of the people setting the stage for the childhood obesity epidemic. So just got tortured for that. People making fun of you, between like most of my life. It's not like, yeah, it sucks, but the thing about it is like it alters you, like you get made fun of for like 20 years and it's not like, oh my God, I was made fun of. It's not that type of thing. I am now realizing how that did change me and made me more reserved, made me maybe fade to the back of the crowd and things like that. Cause I was worried I was going to get made fun of and embarrassed. So like people need to realize they are carrying things around. They're affected. Maybe they didn't realize. People are like, oh, you were bullied as a kid, no big deal. Realistically, maybe it is no big deal. People call me fat, but like people, you just got to realize you might have changed the way you operate because of the way people treated you. You just got to become aware of that and try to go back to where you were if you can.
Yeah, no, because you know what? Some of those they're like scars that are on you for a while, and you tend to carry them until you get to a certain level where you realize that, you know what, that's not who I am. And that takes a lot of time and a lot of courage when you own and know who you are as yourself, like the person that you are. Because that's how I became, because I was bullied for being Greek. I was bullied for being a little bit overweight. I was bullied for having hair on my upper lip when I was younger. Like they're things that sort of affected you when you were younger. But as you grow older, you tend to sort of think, you know what, like I know I'm at this level in my life where I think, you know what, this is who I am, love me or leave me. And that's how I become, and I've left all that behind me. But words do impact people, and this is what people have to realize, that, it affects people in so many different ways, And like, do you have moments still today where it bothers you at all, or are you just totally over what they say and what they think?
I now, like, I'm just starting to realize like how it did change me, how I did become more like reserved, and like just the fact that like, so part of it, all right, like if you're especially if you're a boy, if you're a fat boy growing up, people make fun of you, and then eventually you end up body slamming them on the playground. So now you got made fun of, they got beat up, and now I'm in trouble, all just because I got made fun of and defended myself. So it's like messed up because you get like made fun of and then you react and now you're in trouble. So it really does, like, you really, it changes if you don't realize it. A lot of people don't realize like society kicks the crap out of us growing up, and that's okay. Like life experiences, like it's okay. It's just like if you're not happy with yourself, there might be some little thing that is just like, hey, you know what? That actually did alter me, change it more than I realized. And like again, the biggest message is like, hey, people, it's all good. Just awareness, become aware about it. You can fix it. You can
Yeah.
operate the way you want to, hopefully.
Yeah, I believe that every situation in life happens to actually better us. It's an awareness, like you said, and it's up to us how we're going to take it. Also, you had like no direction in life too for a while as well. You were telling me.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just never really knew what I wanted to do, where like educationally, I was always lazy. I don't know, my brain just worked differently. I don't know if I was ready for school. Not that I was like incapable, my like just certain things I just now if they tried to teach me algebra, I could probably get it. In ninth grade when they tried to teach me algebra, yep, nope, didn't even want to try to get. It was a foreign language to me, and I just, you know, and then all of a sudden, after years of like living other people's lives, working their missions, it was just like, okay, no, all right, little perspective, and I found some direction real quick after 20 years of working for other people.
Okay. So what are you working on right now at the moment? Because you've got your podcast as well.
So I got a couple different things going on. We have professionalslackers.com, which hosts my podcast, the Slacker Gets Serious show, a business partner of mine's podcast, which is a stocks related podcast. And then we have some blogs. And then my podcast actually turned into me going out on movie sets. I volunteer, I interview people, things like that. I've gotten a couple very minor acting roles from it. So that's one thing. And then that has turned into a business part, which is Pro Slackers Media, which is us helping small businesses come into the new age for social media and advertising, and just how they go hand in hand. They didn't used to go hand in hand. They're one and the same now, or they can be if you're business savvy. So call Pro Slackers Media today. No, just kidding about that last part. But yes, that's what we're doing for real. It's to help companies try to just get with the the small businesses, get on the TikToks and podcasts and video podcasts and social media packages. Right now, we're not going to run your social media, but we will give you all the content you need for you to run it and just share it and post it.
That's good. That's a passion, obviously, and love that you have. Because you were telling me too, you're into gaming as well.
I do enjoy gaming. I've slowed down on that just out of time, but like, oh man, I'm jealous of the people who do it like professionally, like the Twitch streamers. I never could. I can't really like chew gum and talk at the same time, let alone play a video game and entertain people at the same time. But that, oh god, that'd be great if I could do that like well enough. I can't. No way I can do both at once.
So now in your life, like through your life lessons and everything, what have you like? How do you handle negativity or anything now at this present moment with anything in your life? What you've learned till now?
So the best way to handle negativity is to just always be the most negative person in the room, and then you just win that battle every time. If someone is no, I'm only kidding. I do, like we all have mental health days. So like of course some days like I am the most negative person in the room. We all have those days. I don't know. It depends on where the negativity is coming from and the type of negativity. Honestly, as a human, I'm still figuring out. You know, we're learning every day, and honestly, the best, most real answer I could give you is I don't know. It depends on the type of negativity where it's coming from because some of them still might throw me for a loop, depending on the type, and then other ones say, "Yeah, no sweat off my back," you know. And I think a lot of people that could probably be said for.
Yeah, I'm like pretty much how I deal with it. Well, I just don't even engage in it or feed into it whatsoever. I just focus on my journey, my life, and keep moving forward and just be the best version of me that I know that I am, and I can keep moving forward. So I don't feed into it because I find that if you feed into it, it just builds up. It's just too much, and then you create more of it, and then it becomes like, wow, before you know it, it's something small, it's become something big, and we've spent so much time on worrying for nothing. So yeah, and also now with your media and everything, what's your next step? What after all this, like now you've set it all up, what is your biggest goal and dream now? How far do you want to take it?
Well, I did actually tell you the other day that I had a announcement of sorts on your show. So I did. I guess I'm gonna bet on myself because I did put my resignation notice in at my 9 to 5 job the other day. I'm just tired of it. It's maintenance. I don't want to do it anymore. It's not like it's unfair to me, but it's also unfair to the company. Like it's one of those things. It's like any relationship. You owe honesty, and there are some things there that made me hate it, and then I have my other dreams and passions, and it's just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm out of here in a month. I'm gonna bet on myself and go try to bust my butt. And my biggest thing now is being self-sufficient. I want to control as much of my fate as possible, whether it's professionally, financially. That independence is very important. And then comfort, like I don't need to have a private jet, but if I wake up on a Tuesday and I want to go to Disney World with my family, I want to wake up on a Tuesday and go to Disney World with my family. Doesn't need to be something insane. Like I don't need to wake up on a Tuesday and decide I want to go to France for a month with my family. If that happens, that's fine. But yeah, if I wake up, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna go to work today. We're gonna go to Disney. That's all I'll take. Not have to worry about like bills, like not so I don't need to have hundreds of millions of dollars, just comfort, content.
Mm-hmm. So you like, how can I say, you're coming into your self-awareness even stronger now, I've noticed, and you're doing what you love. You're steering away from what, I think that's what all of us at this level, even me, I only choose to do what I love. If it's not what I love, then I have to love it and leave it. You know what I mean? It's someone else or something else. And I think this is how we live and learn and how we grow is when we do come into our self-awareness. And then what we produce and what we do, like you said, with my advertising, there's so much love put in, so much passion, and you can see it. And that's where we become the greatest creators by living our truth and what we love and desire within ourselves. So it's good to see that you finally got your direction as well, which is fantastic.
It really is nice. It's nice to not just be like on the planet, like waiting for the next thing. Like right now, okay, so now I did find direction. So I'm like, oh yeah, come on. I need it to work now. I am more mature now, so I can understand it's a process and, things do take time. If you catch lightning in a bottle, great. But realistically, businesses and things take time, very years. Any entrepreneur, yeah, maybe it could take a day, but it's probably going to take 10 years. It's probably going to take 100 no's. And this isn't negativity. This is realism. That just is what it is. If you think you're not going to get a bunch of no's and you're having a bad experience because you got shut down a few times, you're not about this life. I haven't even sent a tenth of the hundreds of emails I may have to send to actually retain a substantial amount of customers, and that's okay. People just be aware of that. You're going to get so many no's. No big deal. Just like the girl you asked out or the guy you asked out, you're going to get more no's than yeses.
But that's like with all of us, even me. I was supposed to go overseas, had a big contract, and then I ended up not going. It was my choice anyway, but you got to take the good with the bad. And I always believe that if certain things don't go a certain way, I always think there's something better going to happen or something. And I don't focus too far ahead on the destination. I enjoy the journey now. This is how as I'm matured, I enjoy the journey, because sometimes we focus so much on the destiny, we forget the journey and to live in this moment and enjoy it as well, you know? So that's another thing I found out too. And with this job that we're doing and what we're putting out there, there's a lot of us doing it. So we all got our uniqueness and our own style and everything. But you know what? We keep soldiering on. We keep moving forward. And I believe now, I don't know with you, doors opening everywhere now. See, I don't know if you're like that. I've seen my doors opening and I can see the bigger picture and I can just see the people coming together. And it's just really, really good place. And the connections we're making too, like parks, like how he introduced us and everything. It's just a really good place we're in at the moment. And we're amongst the people that we should be, you know? Yeah.
I completely agree. You mentioned doors open. I won't name drop on air, but you know, you've already helped me open doors and get in contact with like a really cool, positive, inspirational person that I'm gonna get to interview. So I mean, and I met you through Parks, and I just it's really amazing what is going on. So many people are so focused on the negative stuff going on in the world right now, but I don't know. I just see myself meeting hundreds of people, and for the most part, other than maybe like one or two people having positive experiences all throughout different industries. There's been bands now, there's been actors, there's been other podcasters. I mean, I don't know, everyone's like, if you watch the news you'd think we hate each other, but I don't know, I'm having a good time.
So am I. And you know what I've realized, we're all sharing each other's like the people we're interviewing, our guests, we're actually sharing it with one another, which I think is beautiful. Like Parks and I, he's like, oh my God, I interviewed this incredible person. Oh, I'll connect you. Or I say, oh my God, I got a great person. And I love that connection, that we're all coming together and we're not even doubting like or thinking in any other way. Like we're there to help one another. It's not, you know, like we're sharing everything. It's just connecting us together, and it's very powerful. I love it. I love it. And I know who you're going to be interviewing, who I introduced you to. Oh my gosh, he's an incredible guy. You know, I'll say it, Michael McGlone. Like you'll be blown away. Like his essence and presence. And to think that a few months ago I just started the Verkos show again after 5 years, and to think I'll be interviewing actors, like it wouldn't even come to my head. I've done 8 episodes prior to him, and then he came in the picture. Like, how does that happen? Do you sometimes get blown away with everything?
Oh, for sure. Just the way things have unfolded. Like, you know, some people, if you looked at my IMDb and I'm like, oh, I got 5 credits now, some people might go on there and be like, okay, yeah, a couple as a production assistant, like they would sell short the achievements on there, but like, hey man, I have spent hours checking other people's IMDb's. I'm a movie guy. I'm the type of person, I'm watching a movie, I'm like, man, I remember him. What's his name? What else was he in? Why do I remember him? And I go check him out. I go down the IMDb rabbit hole. The fact that someone can go down a very short IMDb rabbit hole on me right now, I think that's awesome. I love that. That's so fucking cool. Oh, freaking, can I curse on here? My bad. Have I cursed the whole time? I don't know.
That's right. No, I think it's just the excitement and everything. Like, I don't know. I was just like, it's to me. I think now that we're in the picture and we're creating what we're creating, and we're being true to ourselves, and we're doing it with so much love and passion, it's attracting these beautiful souls, and they just keep getting better and stronger, and they're genuine and they're real, and they want to see us succeed. It's like, even though, like example, Michael McGlone, he's very well known. Like, and who would think that he would come on my show where I've just started? Like, he gives you the time. Like,
he
like,
doesn't
yeah,
like.
I was like, what?
sorry, just in his email responses, he doesn't just give you the time. Like he's grateful, he's gracious, he's like, thank you. He's I sent him a message. He didn't just say, hey, yeah, send me the information. He was like, hey, I checked out your website. I really like what you're doing. I'm this and this, and cool. Send me the rest of the information. Like, yeah, he's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and these are the people we're coming in, and the beauty of it is I don't know if you're like this, you can notice the genuine and the real ones now, which is amazing. You can tell the difference, and the ones that have got such a big heart and willing just to help, and even to see us succeed, and he's well known. So I've been blessed on this journey. It's only been like 2 months, just over 2 months, and I'm really, really grateful for the connections I'm making and the joy and the happiness that I'm receiving from one another as well. Like, we're just connecting so powerfully at the moment, and I love it. I really, really do.
It's amazing. Especially like, again, if you turn on the news or if you look around, everything's negative. Everybody hates each other, but that's just not my experience. I have made more friends and acquaintances and networking, and people are like pretty much in good spirits. I mean, it's a stressful industry, like in entertainment, so people, it's emotional. They got a lot riding on it, but I mean, for the most part, I'm lucky I'm in a position where they see me as like a source of help. So like they treat me a little bit differently maybe than they treat someone else in the industry. Like I'm not really competition or anything like that. So I think I get like a little bit of a better experience than maybe someone who was like actually trying to act or write or direct professionally. But I mean, my experience has been wonderful.
Yeah, because you get to go on the sets. You actually give with all your heart too. You actually give. And I think that's the difference. You do it with the realness and the rawness and the vulnerability of actually wanting to be on set to help. So there's a big difference. That's how I see it. You can see people's intentions are so different.
I appreciate that because actually, about a month ago, I worked on a movie set and someone asked me who I am. I told them what I do, and the writers got very offended that I was soliciting interviews. So I appreciate, I'm doing it with heart and out of the goodness of my heart. And I've never even been on your movie set, so like, someone should let them know, but that's okay.
It's good. It's so rewarding. Good on you, though. But you're a carefree spirit too, and I feel like you're a person that will just give your all at anything and everything, and you will just do it with no questions asked.
So for the most part, I will, but the no questions asked has changed. I've learned to ask questions. I've learned to, I'm like, I'll do anything I can for anyone at this point if I think it's worth my time, and not, I don't mean like in a monetary way, but like, is it gonna mess me up? I can mess myself up. I don't need to get into any shenanigans. I don't need to make both of our situations worse.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough because you know your worth too.
Right,
You've learned
exactly.
your worth as well. This is what I'm coming now amongst and getting into more of my power to know my worth as well. So it's funny how you connect with people. If you had a message to deliver to the world today, Scene, what would that message be?
Oh man, the biggest thing is, and this is something I've been thinking about a lot the past week, is like, don't be scared to drum to your own beat. Don't be scared to do things your way, whether you're a nerd or a jock or whatever you want to do. The biggest thing in life is be who you are, as long as you're not affecting other people negatively. Do whatever. If it makes you happy and no one else is getting hurt by it, do you move at your own pace. If you want to run around and do everything as quick as you can in a day, do that. If you want to do one thing a day, but that you're going to do it, then do that. Don't beat yourself up. Accept yourself. Be happy with yourself. Drum to your own beat. You'll be all right. It's not that bad. Could always be worse, but it could always be better. Or I mean, it could always be better, but it could always be worse. That's the biggest thing. Is people like, oh, it could be worse, and yeah, it could be better, but it could be worse.
I agree. You know what? Even if you fail, what is really fail anyway? You get over it and you get on with it. They say, like, I know with me, I've hit rock bottom a few times in my life, and now I've come to a level where I know that everything's going to be okay, and it's okay to fail, because it's through the failing is where you grow and learn, and you become a better person and get to know who you are as well, and you get to know your weaknesses, you get to know your strengths. It's a really good place. I know it sounds weird, but it's through the failing and the negativity and everything that's happened to you is led you to this moment to be who you are and in the position that you are. So that's how I've learned with my life, and I believe that this was destined for me it was in my heart to do what I'm doing, and I think it's through my past experiences and my journey that I've become the person I have. And I think that's with you as well. And I just find that nothing bothers me anymore, nothing phases me, and I just keep moving forward.
I completely agree with that. And, we talk about like failing and everything like that. If you've only failed once, you probably quit. It's like you failed once and then you walk away from the table. As successful people fail tens, hundreds, thousands, like unending amount of times. They don't even realize they're failing in something because they're succeeding in so many other things.
So true. All right then, Scene. I'm going to let you get back to your Sunday morning and enjoy the rest of your coffee. Thank you so much for your time today, and I appreciate you for being on the show. And thank you for sharing your journey with us too. And I wish you all the success in everything that you do. And I know you're going to be fine. But we're signing off for now from the Talk Show Angel on the Verkos Show. See you later, Scene. Bye. Take care.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.